Hello and welcome back to Lua Games. We're back in Tectonica at the parts plant, and we are going to run the iron down today so we can get started with some of that. We've attached the floor up here with stairs so that the floor is powered. So I'm going to take, I guess we use 10 drills to make the copper. Now on this one, yep, it's good. We're just going to surround this iron ore with 4, 5 more. 8. 9. 10. And then we just add some inserters to move the ore. Into some furnaces. And we take some conveyor belts. Oh no, sorry. Smelters. We're just going to use smelters right here. And bring the ore back some more. And then we're going to bring the ingots out on one side. And the fuel goes in the other. And with that, this is the furthest one away. So we keep it one block away from the inserters and bring that extraction out. And we could drop straight down here, and I think that would probably be best because stairs are over there. So I'm just going to run this here, and I want to bring this in from over here and join them together. And we just remember we're extracting. And these need to be intersections. Sometimes they don't just pop up that way. You gotta put them in, which is what's happening today. And then sometimes they just automatically start putting themselves in like that. So we're just gonna fix these up. And I'm going to go ahead and run this down. We go down here and we just lower it. I'm just going to go ahead and jump off the side. There's rock and stuff. I want to bring it over onto the floor. And then I'm going to run down here. You know, you could just run it up along the ceiling. Let's do that. And then with that, we see that the line goes there and needs to come down. And from this point, I want to bring it down and just right on top of the copper. And we take it all the way down the bus line, where I've laid out some blocks for the bus line. And I guess we ran out of conveyor belt when we were trying to lay out the copper. But we can remedy that right now. And then we got to take some fuel and run it up there. We have a balloon right here, and I'm thinking we're just going to run alongside that. So I'm just going to take it out of here, and we're going to go up. And over. Now we need to go up the stairs. And I want it to ride on top of the line. And with the last one, we can just do some of that. And we need it to come down. So we're just going to pick the down and start double tapping along here. That is the opening. There we go. And that will pull fuel down. And we need some of it to go this way. And we just grab some downs and double tap. If the fuel's not coming, there's a issue back here probably. So the opening is not letting it, wasn't lined up at the opening, but now we have fuel moving along this upper conveyor belt, and it will fuel the furnaces And they'll start emptying, and then the drills will start drilling again, and we'll be all set. And the iron will be headed out. Now this factory, we're going to not do any raw materials or threshed or refined. Nope, we're going to move on down. We're not even going to do parts. We're just going to do advanced parts. Yep, advanced parts. Biobrick diesel. We still do not have refined diesel, but the fuel's coming in and the iron is headed out, so we should be good. And it's already starting to fill up the bus line, which is good for us. Okay, so let's just take a look at what we are going to be building. The first item on the list, you know what? Instead of building on this side, I think I want to build down here and come back towards the elevator, just to make it feel more roomy. Right. Needs to be at least 3 away from the wall. And I'm going to actually take a look over here. And ceramic parts is the first one, which we could pipe in from the family. So I'm not going to deal with ceramics, but iron mechanisms we are going to deal with. And the first one is iron mechanisms. Takes iron slabs. Now it looks like there's 2 recipes. There's iron slabs and iron components. It takes 100 iron components or just 2 iron slabs. So we're going to go with the iron slab. And we need to make some iron slabs. Now we are making iron slabs at the construction site. So I'm going to just actually yeah, I am going to go over there and take a peek. PT X-ray. First of all, we look around the elevator here, and we know that we can shrink the usage of the reds and the purples, so we got plenty of room. So if I were to bring a belt down for iron slabs, we would definitely be able to ship it out. But I want to know is how well do the iron slabs make? And it's a mess getting back here. But here we can see we have copper slabs and iron slabs. And actually they're headed right over here next to the elevator. Here's the elevator. And here's the ingredient we're needing. And I'm thinking we might just send them both. So I'm going to make a splitter right there. And I'm going to come back. No, I'm going to just make one right under it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to jump off here twice. I don't think I can manage to take 2 down at once. Yep. Alright, looks like I might have need to go out and down. I'm going to place that right there and see if I can get the other one without heading down there. Okay, so that is iron. And I fell. I'm not going to be able to see that from here. And just like that, we already know that I failed with the iron. There we go. Let me bring the iron down here. And I'm just going to drop that there and go to the replace tool. I'm going to replace this with a green. And I'm going to delete. Ceramic tiles. Will we need ceramic tiles for advanced parts? It would be easy to ship over there. So we're going to make a little roundabout there for him. And we need to ship these out to barracks. Oh, foundry 9. Floor 9. 8, 9. Nine. And to get that done, we're just going to plug in a green and a green. And this one can go straight to the iron. Now we just gotta go get the copper, which is all the way back up at the very top of the elevator shaft. And then we'll have added copper slabs and iron slabs. And I'm on the wrong side of this groups of belts, so I want on this side. Okay. I want on the other side. But I feel trapped inside a wall of conveyors. I want to copy this, then I want to delete this, and then I'm going to put it back. Now I'm on the other side. Alright. We get with the copper, and we take it down. I'm going to put it right next to the iron and try and keep it there. And we go down again. And now we are shipping out copper slabs. They should be coming down. Yep. Now we go back to foundry. And we're going to grab some of these nice pretty pink you know what, I'm going to delete that. And we're wanting copper slabs and iron slabs. So I'm going to start with iron. And then I'm going to graduate on over here to copper. I have added some lighting. Thought that might make everything just nicer to see in the video. We are starting to run low on conveyor belt. We've been adding some long stretches of conveyor belts, and I guess it's just more than I thought I would be adding. So the iron slabs are headed out, and now we bring over the copper slabs. It's like we're building a wall in front of that cave entrance. Alright, so right here is where we run out of conveyor belt. We are still able to hover over that, so that is not bad. And it's time to take a trip to the store. So we're just going to run over here to freight and warp on over. Head down the street to the store that's got the wall torn out over the side. And we'll be like, oh, there's the conveyor belts. Yes. And I want to grab 2,000. Straighten up my inventory and realize I've got a lot of level 2 belts. That's from using the replace tool. Now these conveyor belts, they come from down this way. I could just turn that on. And they require these. So I'm just going to stuff some in. Try and get rid of them. And I want to get rid of this 31 batch. So I just got to wait for it to drop below 70. There it goes. Alright. The bricks are here. They are coming along nicely. These will be full. Copper's already full. And iron's already full. The other two will be full as well soon. I probably could there's gotta be a better way for me to set up that doorway, but it just hasn't come to me yet. So I'm going to head back on over to the foundry with my conveyor belts. And we're going to walk the copper slabs all the way down. We may have to add atlantium slabs and steel slabs later. But that's a problem for future me. I have been using the balloons because I think they're nice and bright. So I'm just going to drop some over here. Whoops. Whenever it starts to get dark, I just drop a balloon. And I don't know what I'm going to build over here yet. But I'm trying to keep the area we work in lit up. Alright. So we go to row 2, because that's where we keep our inserters. And we're going to just... I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to take out you and you. And that means iron slabs gets delivered, turned into components, whatever that is called, and we're going to ship them out back down there. We're going to send them to the store or the foundry. The question is where am I going to ship it out? Am I going to put it in a store here? I think for now, I'm just going to come down a ways, leave room for those assemblers, and get right in the middle. I think that's good now. And just start shipping out. I did clear out all the construction in this tunnel and that foundry. I have not cleared out this tunnel. I don't have any reason to go that direction. I did back it up a little. So we come over here and we place. And just like that, we can ship it out to number 11, right? Yep. And now we are shipping out to 11. And we can go to freight. We are going to pull out a pink. And I'm going to change this up a little. I want to copy this, paste it, and delete. And here we are, shipping out the iron. Right there. Which means I'm going to move the copper right there. And I want to delete what we built. And this is all in order to tighten this up a little. Perfect. Now the plant matter. And we're just going to delete some of this. And by some, I mean all of that. And I'm just going to run that right there. Next up, the silverthorn gel. It's going to head out this way. And we are going to delete all of this and get it right back to here. Just like that. Then going to bring the Kindlevine extract back here. And it's just sucking it up just fast enough to stay out of my way. And it's good. Now the copper slabs. I know this might seem worthless, but by moving these and squeezing them together, I don't have to make the new ingredients go over those conveyor belts. So it will provide for a tighter fit and not get in the way of each other. Right. So we're just making it fit better in the new way. And yes, I'm doing it one ingredient at a time. And I think it's coming out swimmingly. Alright. I believe this is steel. And it's taken care of. And I didn't get a copy of it. Right. Yeah, it's definitely steel. It goes to the steel ingot box. And then I come over here just to see where I'm at on the stacks, and it looks like we can go up one more. And he is going to be bringing in the new advanced part. And that part is called... It's like... There it is. Iron mechanisms. And just like that, the iron mechanism has been added to the bus line. Now we can add more bus lines as well. And we got that new 12 by 12 box. So yeah, I'm going to flatten this out real quick. But I want to add some floor. Now I don't have to deal with the water. And now we just add some more floor and call it complete. Okay, so the elevator storage room area. Oh yeah, those are the rusted parts of the Excalibur that won't quit gleaming. Anyway, that floor piece right there is preventing that from going there. And I could ignore it. Or I could just do that. Now it's completely covered. Alright, we've got the iron mechanisms down. Let's head back to Foundry, where we can check out making the next ingredient. This is just to simplify further building. And I'm going to drop this here. First, I want to go to the self-build menu, and I want to see that they want copper mechanisms. And it looks like it takes 100 copper components. Oh yeah, I forgot. I want to add a buffer zone for all these parts that we're building. Because they're advanced, they might take time to build. And because it takes time to build, if we have some chests, just fill up with them and then empty. Whenever we have things backed up, they will fill up. I call it a buffer zone. Alright, so this is a copper mechanism, and it looks like it'll be faster to make it with 2 copper slabs. So far we are running to some easy ingredients to make. We're just getting lucky, I believe. But I want to bring that back here and raise it up here. Set it down. There it goes. And with that, oh, haha, I messed up. I need to clear that belt there. Okay, good. Yep. I need room to elevate. So we're just going to back it all up 1 square. These chests can actually be right side by side, but it's just not lining up that way for now. There's his elevation. And his is going to go right over those. And now we have both iron mechanisms and copper. I might have to carry around more than just $2,000 conveyor belts. And just like that, they're being shipped off to the store at freight. Here at freight, we are going to start a new bus line. With the copper mechanism, I can't even say it. Copper mechanisms, right? Mechanisms, copper mechanisms. All right, let's not worry too much on how to say it. Okay, I can just head off this way. this right over here and elevate in place. And another long stretch of conveyor belt. And we've added a new ingredient. Iron mechanisms, copper mechanisms. I think this is good. And it'll reduce the number of assemblers needed here. So, yeah, this is the advanced part factory. That's what I'm calling it. And it just adds to the baseline. I don't know if I could fit everything in there with the parts as well. But we're moving on up to the next ingredient on the list. Iron mechanisms, copper mechanisms, and parts, advanced parts. We're going to skip the ceramic tiles because we're making those elsewhere, and we're going straight to steel frames, which needs steel ingots. And steel ingots are being made at X-ray, and I think they are underperforming. And we may just have to make a steel ingot factory right there at Foundry, because we're not making enough here at X-ray. Right? So this is the steel ingot factory, and all of it's fueled and cooking. Alright, so the steel goes out here. So this is the output line. And as you can see, there's huge gaps in it. Huge gaps. Now, these guys have been somewhat upgraded. They are all definitely red. We could swap some green out, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference here. And somehow fuel keeps getting on this line. And slowing down a whole lane. So we got a little troubleshooting to do. Is it getting on here? Because further back, there doesn't seem to be any fuel on the line. Okay. There's no reason that, whoa, really? It's yellow? Just take a break right here, and we're going to replace this with some orange, just to get rid of the yellow. I think I'm going to put a break right here. I'm going to put a space between here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go back one more. Because I want it to understand what I want. And I want that. There we go. Then we just put this back in. And we head up. Perfect. I don't want any cross contamination. Alright, I think that's the right word. Okay. So to get that blue box, you just hold that A button down, and then once you see the box, you let go, and click it again where you want it to suck up. When you have it where you want it to suck up everything. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right here. Now I gotta get the fuel out of all these, because they're just supposed to be grabbing ingots. Now each one of these rows are furnaces set for just one floor. And I'm going to upgrade these to the red drills. Now I know that means I could... Well, I'm not going to need fuel, am I? Nope. Nope, I'm not. Well, then the fuel lines will just sit there. And I'm going to replace the furnaces with the new furnaces. Which means I'm sucking everything out of them. And it's all in my pockets right now. Oh, I ran out of red furnaces. Okay. How about we just stick with the drills for a moment? Well, the furnaces keep using fuel, but the red drills don't use any fuel. No, really? So somewhere along this path we got more fuel pushed onto the ingot line. I'm just not sure where it's happening. Not sure at all. can't seem to catch it happening somewhere. I just emptied all these. So we need to do a little troubleshooting. And figure out where this fuel is coming from. Aha. Well, we saw that. So we're just going to separate those two. And remove this batch. And maybe that will stop this from happening. So what we need to do is just put a little space between these two like we did before. It doesn't happen there. There's a space there. We didn't put a space here, but we were afraid it was happening here. But it also happens here and here. So I want to go ahead and just remove this line. Straighten this up the other direction. And I'm going to place it here because I don't want to deal with it in the future if it happens again. And I'm just going to put one there and there so we can elevate it. And just like that, we have separated them all. And they're coming in, and that seems to be the fastest. Actually, you know what? It's not the fastest. I have found some Mach 3 smelters. Looks like we got 12. Now, if we replaced them, they would not use fuel. And I'm thinking maybe 2, 4, 6. We could put the 12 right here. Let's do that. You can delete the fuel depositing. Okay. This is an MK2, MK2, MK3, MK3. And with that, I can just ship those out. And I'm going to drop down here so I can get the belt right there. Alright, we have fixed the iron incoming on the first floor. And on the top floor, we now have red trails. Red smelters. Maybe not all the smelters are red. But MK2 smelters. Yep. And the drills are all like, I don't need no fuel. No thanks. And we could delete it all. Or we could just do a reset up. But I'm going to leave it as is. And the iron's just not coming fast enough for the smelters on this end. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to delete that. Copy. Delete. Paste. Delete. We are limited to how many of these we have. And I want them where they're going to be used. And that's going to allow me to move those where they're more wanted. These are MK2s. And these should cook faster. Now these guys are getting shipped from this left side, so putting them in on the right was just not a good idea. Those are MK2s. They're all MK2s. Thought it said I had 12 of those. It says I don't have any MK3s left. So let's check this first row. Alright, we don't have any MK3s left. So, instead of having him right there, I want to move him over here because that seems to be the fastest iron. And like I said, I want him to be useful. So I'm going to get rid of that. And just put in a green there. Grab an MK2, which is our newest one in production. And they will settle out as time goes. But it seems like they're just not getting enough. Okay. So from the basement floor of this, we are running off of first generation tech as well. And I think the only way to really get through this is to get out of here. It's just harder than it looks. These are blast drills, but I'm going to jump down here and make a trip to Victor. Victor. I have not moved these over to freight yet. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to grab some of these wonderful drills, 50 of them, and some of these wonderful smelters, 50 of them. And we need to get those working on over in freight. All right. So we'll be using less fuel. So the fuel is getting used less as we upgrade, and it's burning longer. So the fuel plant should be able to stretch farther and farther as we keep advancing till we really just don't need it anymore. Yeah, I probably should have grabbed some conveyor belts too. I don't know how many I have. I'm just trying to speed up this area. There it goes. I think that looks nice. Yeah, 641. I didn't get it all. I really thought it would get it all. Alright, we need to go to the basement and repeat this process. Trying to speed up the creation of steel ingots. And going to do it with drills now. Looks like we've been replacing some of the belts down here as well. That's good. Now we just kind of go through here and make sure they are Mach 2s. And the ingot line goes down this way, and it looks like it's all upgraded. And it shoots down this direction quickly. Okay, so everything's moving quickly. Everything's being fueled that needs to be fueled. Drills are drilling faster. Okay, so He's just mad he doesn't have any stuff. And I can get rid of my fuel this way that I'm carrying. And that's the 3. No fuel allowed. I'm just getting rid of some fuel. Yep, that works. Alright. All this was in an effort to get this steel moving along. Which goes down to here. Under that floor. Probably get shipped down to this elevator. Yep. I think we're going to head back over to freight. Oh, freight. Foundry. And give us a reminder of what we're doing. We made copper and iron mechanisms. And we are making steel frames now. And we haven't set this to steel frames. So we need steel ingots. And we were mining the steel and then smelting it twice. It's the iron chunks. The iron chunks get threshed? Or do they get... Yeah, we don't have any mine charges headed over that way. But we do over to the copper. And it makes copper chunks. Oh, we do have iron chunks. I've got to remind myself of what I'm doing. Alright. Looks like we got too much gravel. Iron chunk gets threshed. And we turn it into... I'm going to grab some gravel here. Just clearing out this gravel a little. Okay, I see the bar. And it takes a really long time to thresh. Gotcha. That's why we need red threshers. First the iron ore. We need the gravel to move. So on the tech tree, blast smelters, right here. Okay, so that's going to be still going through the list here. Here we go. $20 gravel can be turned into carbon powder. So we would take some furnaces and we could place them here or back there. Thinking back there. Let's build a let's build an incinerator. Alright. If you've made it this far and you like what you see, do like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.